We are at round 17 of a lost Olympiad, Stockholm 1937. Round 17 was played on August 12 at 5:40 up to 10:40 in the evening. The game that the author choose for representing this game is Prince from Netherlands against Appel from Poland. Prince starts with d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, bishop b4, e3, castle. Obviously at this point, instead of castle, there are a lot of alternatives, which could be d5, c5, blah blah blah. Obviously it's the beginning of the game, there are a lot of lines. Knight g2 instead, it's a different story, because this move tries to avoid to have double pawns and keep this, which can be a kind of way to control e4, for example. Which means now black need to decide what to do with this, okay? So you must understand that the move white played gives you an idea, and then once you know why white played that move, you need to find a solution to that problem. Black found the solution playing rook e8. And you say, what does rook e8 mean? It means that when white will play this, he will go back. He doesn't want to exchange the bishop for the knight without giving obviously structural damage to the pawn structure. And in fact, it happened. a3, bishop f8, knight g3, d6, bishop d3, e5, and here there is d5. So the funny thing is this: black lost a tempo going here and coming back, but not only. Now this it's blocking this inside, so obviously at a certain point black will have to answer the question, what do I do with this? On the other hand, this is now free. Knight fd7. This is kind of interesting as a move, because probably you want to play this. But why? h4, knight c5, h5. Prince does not pause to secure his king bishop. If black cares to exchange off his only active piece, let him. So this is the reality at this point. I don't know if you notice, but here there are 2, 4, 6 pieces on the fourth rank, right? So not good. Here instead he has 1, 2, 3 pieces out. This is the only one piece that is out and doing something. So would you exchange the only your active piece for this? Maybe not. But that's what happened. Knight takes d3, queen takes d3. Thank you very much. f5. This now resembles a kind of Dutch defense. e4, f4, yes. Knight g, e2, knight d7, probably wants to go here, right? g3. No, it doesn't. He wants to go on c5, knight c5. Queen c2, f takes g3, and knight takes g3, a5, and bishop e3, threatening to part with this remaining bishop by bishop takes c5. Why would do that? Because then this would be isolated, which means that it would be a source of attack and future plans, right? So that's kind of interesting. So let's see what happens. Bishop g4, avoiding the castling on the queen side. Bishop takes c5, d takes c5, and knight d1. And now black plays an interesting move, which is rook a6. Okay, so now it says here that it emerges what Appel, always an original player, has had in mind, and why he did not wish to obstruct his fourth rank. This rook is coming straight across to the king side, where, supported by two bishops, it may yet build some counterplay. Well, it's not only a question of counterplay, but like I said, all the pieces were on the fourth rank. At least now it's active, which means he can do something that is interesting, right, for his life, for his companions, his chess pieces, right, the other chess pieces. Okay, after rook a6, white plays knight e3, bishop f3, because he always wants to keep control of this. Rook h2, queen g5, king d2, and then there is rook h6 and queen a4. At this moment, when Appel has ingeniously succeeded in concentrating his forces on the king side, Prince switches his attention to the deserted queen side, forking e5 and e8. If now rook a8, the white queen will infiltrate in d7. Okay, c6, very good move, incredible. And rook g1, a provocative double-edged move, for the rook now stands unprotected. It was later established that black could indeed have drawn here by a sharp combination based on that fact. Okay, so instead of that move, so let's see. So in the game, black played b5. In reality, he could have played a very, very incredible move. It could have played bishop takes e4, knight takes e4, queen takes g1, rook g2 because it's protected, queen b1 attacking this, knight f5. That's an amazing move, but why? Because after queen takes e4, knight takes h6, king h8, knight f7, and white must take the perpetual instead of this. Instead of this, Appel that makes the all-out gambler decision to give up his old queenside for sake of some speculative play on the other flank where his strength lies. So that's the thing. This is how white should have played to avoid to lose the game. Okay, let's go back. Okay, I went back a couple of moves because the diagram was there, so we will remake them. Rook a6, knight e3, bishop f3, rook h2, queen g5, king d2, rook h6, queen a4, c6, rook g1, which is interesting. And here we saw that instead of the moves played like bishop takes e4, in the game he played b5, c takes b5, c takes d5, knight e2, how does it continue from here? Let's see, knight e2, queen d8, knight takes d5, bishop takes h5, and b6. Obviously you want to go to promotion. So here there is a possible combination which says the following. Practically rook takes h5, rook takes h5, queen takes e8. Oh wow, because of knight f6. Okay. Okay. So let's see what he plays. Rook e6. I guess he didn't fall for the trap. And white can play rook queen takes a5. Finally winning a pawn and the game. For if black should regain the pawn by rook takes b6, there would follow rook c1, quietly unpinning the knight. So if it's unpinning the knight, then it should be unpinning this knight. Okay. Okay, so after queen takes a5, he played bishop f3, rook takes h6, rook takes h6, king e3, and now finally bishop takes e4. King takes e4, rook h4, f4, e takes f4, b7, good move, queen takes a5, but white plays b8, queen, and so the queen is back. Queen a6, knight e takes f4, and here we are nearly at the end of the game. It starts with queen c6. No, it's queen c6, blocking that. King e5. Pinning both the knights. Queen a6. Queen takes g7. Boom. Right takes g7. Knight s6, forking them. King g6 and queen e8, and here is the end, because if he goes here white plays this, and again it's just a question of a second that he gets checkmated. So let's see the next round, that is round 18.